Just decided I'd make a quick one. Just wanted to show these, I don't know if you would call them thermometers, indicators, but these are from the terracotta plant that used to be on the property where I'm standing. This is supposed to be I don't know if it's real or not, but like Indian, several thousand years old, arrowhead type stuff. That was also here along the kill. But this Atlantic Brick Company, they made the facade for the Woolworth building. I went in there trying to get video with the lobby, and they didn't want that. They were against it, me taking any video. So that was about a year ago. I went up to the city. But I'm going to be bringing these to a museum, but it's very rare. Usually you see them like this. It was like a bag claw, I was calling it. But each one of these melt, I would assume, at a different temperature. And if you see, this one says 7 on it, it's marked. So they put these together in the clay or the terracotta that they were using anyway. They're actually marked with numbers in the side and the front as well. But visibly in the oven, the kiln, they'd see what temperature was going on, and I guess another additive was added at a different temperature to the equation. And they made a lot of stuff over here for also the Brooklyn Botanical Garden. So that's one cool thing about the old yard here. Little GoPro thing. If you use it on the newer one, it'll just break the lens immediately with those external push buttons. But this thing's kind of cool. I got it up in Hunter. Could be used as a little knife or whatever. It's sharp still, if it is real, for all that time. Scored a couple of these. They were free. One or two broke. They're little lanterns. I was going to decorate the cabin with them. The little shed thing that I built. Got to bring them up there. Those are antiques. But I wanted to try to introduce you to my new channel, which I'm going to be doing a video about this soon. It's called What's the Diff? So go subscribe to that one as well. But this is a rare. It's not a 4.9-inch, or maybe it is. It's out of an International Metro van. And what I did was I took out the what was it? Hey, what's going on, GT350? I took out the entire frame, actually the cab and chassis, and I slid underneath there a 2011 with a Corvette motor, I call it, 6.0 LS automatic cutaway van chassis. And everything was just left over from the old car. You know, you save it for a while, you think you're going to reuse it or sell it, but the frame rail, the engine, the transmission, everything got cut up, and this is pretty much all that's left. But I just wanted to do a video about leaving the yard here and a little bit of the history behind it as well. Thought it would be cool. Got this record player here. A lot of old records getting damaged. Probably sell them in the future for big money. But I'm bringing these to the museum. Definitely bringing them to the museum. And it's very rare, pretty interesting, I like it, that these are all intact. They were sitting on the beach, and usually the ones at the end are standing straight up because, like I was saying, each one melts at a different melting temperature. So you would see like a step-like structure of this one melted all the way, this one melted halfway, this one melted a little more, and that one a little less, and whatnot, what have you. But I really thought that this is now rare because it's fully intact almost. They aren't even damaged, you know, even the tip right there over time would have got broken. But I used to call them the bear claws. I thought they were decorative. And I was going to go into the city and try to find a building that had them on it as like a border around a window or something. But this thing's collecting junk. The numbers on this Oshkosh were 56, 56, or R56, I believe. This is another piece of history. 8,341 original miles. 717 gear ratio. From the Grumman Air Force Base. I guess that's what it all comes down to, enjoying history. Now on this side, what these gauges were for, before it had a wrecker body on it that they, I would assume, moved airplanes around with in Long Island, there was a, and you can see the hydraulic valve body right here. And the lever probably needs a little grease. But that got all stripped down. There's elbows there with plugs in them. And it was the temperature, oil pressure, and I would assume fuel gauge for the second engine that was on the back that was just a hydraulic power plant. And what you would do was you would drop the Snogo, yeah, S-N-O-G-O, the Snogo down, which would like throw snow 100 feet in the air plus. And it was a big, big, big heavy unit. And what I heard was with the front end loaders, when the guys would run them, you don't want it on the ground, dragging or whatever, floating. You want it up off the ground about 3 inches. So you know you're not going to bottom out, you know you're not going to drag, and then the spreaders and the plows, they'll take care of the rest. You know, you're just getting the bulk of the material out. So I would assume this would be for the up and down, and you know, there was probably just some type of switch. Oh, this looks like it. Maybe it was an air actuator, looks like, and a power divider. Almost something long. And who knows, you know, other switches, a button, probably to start the engine, some type of Army tag or original Oshkosh tag. Clarence would know. I was able to talk to Clarence in the past from Oshkosh, lucky enough. And he told me a lot about this truck. And I like that. He sent me a lot of information that I have. But these look like repurposed fire department hoses. Looks like they used 3-inch fire department hose, 4-inch hose, it looks like, old school. Nice lining, unlike the ones they give me that break 1.5 inch. And they sandwich it in some 1/8 of an inch steel with some old school flatheads and those washers, the lock washers with the little fingers in them that you would find on a small block Chevy with 7/16 fine threads on a stick shift, the longer ones that you need. When you need them, you need them. But everything works, all the linkage, and believe it or not, there's a chain and linkage with that. You can probably see it down there. It's not the rod for the PTO engagement, but the one down below. The second one up top of those 5/8 rods on the right of the screen. It's the clutch gets disengaged to actuate the chain drive winch. So what you're doing is actuating the pedal. It's getting pressed down while you're doing the lever back there on the bed and operating the winch, which I thought is great. And this thing right here is for first gear and reverse. You got to do that little finger mechanism. And short stick is high and low. So you got 5 speeds and 2 speeds. So you got 10 altogether. And this is this parking brake right here. Still works, but I was looking at it the other day. If you put a lining in there, it would probably appreciate it. But yeah, raw steering. So I want to get it going again. Those look like they're the breathers for the transfer case and the transmission, or something to that effect, maybe. But when I spoke with Clarence, he said when they were putting them trucks together and those transfer cases were new, They were so big, they would take up an entire pallet. But there it is right there with that cross member holding it all together with this stub shaft in between, or nub shaft. But I would love to swap it with the 6BT Cummins, which I had, but I think a 24 valve I had. Yeah, that was it, sitting around. But I don't know, why would you want to butcher something so original with 8,341 original miles, right? The same thing with my Power Wagon. At one point, you got to think to yourself, it survived all this time how it was. Somebody did all this. Wouldn't it be cool? You got enough other little toys that you could have that are resto mods. Have something that's completely original that you could go there and it's still running like a Swiss clock. I'm trying not to hurt myself right now. Help me. What do we got now? What did he do? What did he do again? We don't know what he did. Oh, the Cummins just appeared. 24 valve. Turbski. All the good stuff. This was our answer to the steering mate from the 1947 Dodge Businessman's Coupe to the 2000 some odd Cummins 5-speed. So this little weld concoction right here with the washer to make it meet, it failed once. We did it better the second time, and I think it was worthy for the burnout competition, but I didn't end up getting there. But there were more things that needed to get done. Much more. But it would have been nice just to bring as a project, as a car show, and have any spectator that wanted to wrench on it. I thought that would have been a really good idea. How about that? And you put your sticker on it. No name. Help me. Plum crazy. These have to get welded on. But I don't really know about that. That's horrible. I'll flip them both around. That's no good. I'm thinking about getting Wilwood master cylinder pedal, whatever they are, and having two of them, one for the brakes and one for the clutch master cylinder, slave cylinder, whatever you want to call it, and calling it a day, because this looks like I could even box that out and get that floor totally out of there so I have somewhere to put my foot. But this, believe it or not, lines directly up with, what's going on, guys? With the cable right there. How great is that? Baling wires, zip ties, and Scotch tape. No, not Scotch tape. We're against that. What is it, like? And then it'll pull it this way. A space of some sort right there. It's good enough for me, for a burnout. Look at that. I could do that and probably get away with it. Ah! Oh no, to get out of traffic. Quick, get us out of here. Reduced engine speed. But this one's got what? 89,881. Those are my numbers, actually. Thank you. What the heck is this? Somebody let me know. There's like a 3/16 thread in there. Smaller than that. For some type of emblem or clock or something. But the clock was right here. Where am I? Am I off? Far off. Oh, okay, yeah. Down this way. How cool is that? The glove box opened up when I transported it to do the welding job. Or some job or something. That was the wrong spot. Started grinding in the wrong spot for sure. But what happened? I closed it again and now it won't open again to go hunt through the stuff. Talking about sleeving, his frame got sleeved underneath here and welded. That's the line right over there. This is the line at the bottom. It's countersunk all the way down to here. You can see the penetration of the weld, how it went and burnt the paint off the other side the whole way down. But that's what we did. We just goofed it all up, smelted it together, and it was going to be a no-name car. And then this is just your normal small block Chevy 465 transmission stick shift that has a little bit of a bend to it. And I'm going to use that instead of this because this original one, this straight job from the Cummins, is just me hitting the dashboard with my fist. And then I was even thinking about something crazy and having the clutch get actuated by this old handle. The slave cylinder be actuated by that old handle. But how are you going to shift the car and pop the clutch at the same time with your hands and steer the thing? I don't know. Then it's just totally only for the burnouts. But I wanted to try to bring it down the racetrack when I was there too, instead of just smoking the tires. But just like some of the guys do with the burnout competitions, I was going to have the 2 tires on the back, so even if one pops, you still got the other one going. Horrible body work on this, so I didn't do anything to it. Don't know what that's all about. Wait a second here. Drippies, that's where the stickers go. I thought it was kind of cool. B&B Deluxe. I would assume that's the heater aftermarket. Now what I want to do with this heater is I want to make it 110. I'm going to gut the inside of the heater out. So when I'm at a car show and this is all done and everything's all whatever, I could plug it in, have some LED lights as accent lights, and then have the heater inside there running. And it's actually like a dehumidifier. I got it for $5. It was marked down at Lowe's. And it's got this light mode on it where it goes through all the different LED lights that are like soft glow, green, blue, red, yellow. So I thought maybe if I put it in there and people are walking by, it'll be like blowing the cool air. I could be hanging out over here having a cold snack, and it'll be like a mood light, like wong, wong to the other color, to another color, to another color, and then I'll just have like maybe like some purple accents or something on the purple, you know. But that's what it was all about, just to have fun, like a rat rod. This is my idea of a rat rod. And it was, like I said, a really clean base. I mean, look at that bell housing. There's no oil. I got the big cast iron transmission. We welded over these, what are they, angle iron? Big angle iron to mount. And look what I got, carriage bolts. And oh, it's scaffolding. There's scaffolding holding the rigging together for everything else, along with Kindorf. It's great. Right. Look at how clean that motor is. Those freeze-out plugs are gleaming. And then you